My name is Shruti Bhandarge. I'm a PhD student at Loughborough University, my final year. And I'm going to be talking about a chunk of my PhD looking at fast bowling technique associated with ball release speed using explainable AI. So we all know about fast bowling. Just quickly, aim of the fast bowler to achieve a dismissal or to restrict runs. The way they do that is by achieving high ball release speed or variation in length, line and variation in type, or deception. Mechanically, fast bowling involves efficient transfer of whole body linear momentum generated during the run-up into angular momentum sequentially from proximal to distal segments. So we did a systematic review early on in the PhD and just wanted to present some of the findings. So some of the common variables that were looked at was run-up speed. So we found a strong evidence that was related to high run-up speed. Stride length, no significant relationship. Bowling shoulder, we found moderate evidence that a delayed bowling arm was linked to high BRS. There was a strong evidence across literature that looked at extended knee at front foot contact that was linked to ball release speed. With rare knee, we found weak evidence at back knee movement that's related to ball release speed. With trunk, again, there was moderate evidence that the trunk flexion between front foot contact and ball release was related to the BRS. And last common variable that was studied was center of mass kinematics, and there was a strong evidence that deceleration of center of mass was linked to high BRS. So all of these studies had quite a few limitations, but we'll be focusing on three as a part of this study. So all the studies used traditional statistics, so looking at linear relationships, so looked at correlations, ANOVAs, and different traditional regression methods. The results were also manually integrated and analyzed, and all of the studies were restricted to lab conditions. As a result, there was a limited understanding of complex relationships that might lie in the performance patterns of the bowlers. The analysis was also time intensive and limited in efficiency. And because all of the studies were limited to lab conditions, we don't know the replications of them in a practice or a match environment. So for part of this study, we proposed an integrated approach, so using biomechanical analysis, where we take the lab-restricted analysis onto the field with the use of inertial sensors, and machine learning and data science approach. So a bit about machine learning. It's a promising avenue to extract, process, and present the data, as it helps us in solving big data logistic problems, complex interactions between variables, and helps us understand new insights from the data and new patterns. But what that also does is create a black box. So we want to know, how does the machine learn? So it's important to decode all of the machine learning analysis, and we do that using explainable AI. So explainable AI are different approaches that help us decode the black box using different statistical approaches that help us understand the complex nonlinear relationship that might be underlying in the performance patterns. So the aim of the study was twofold. We developed an integrated data science approach to determine technique factors that were related to ball release speed, so that best predict ball release speed, and also understand the underlying relationship between these top predictors and ball speed. So methodology, we looked at 8 professional fast bowlers. We did have more than that, but the data we ended up with was 8 professional fast bowlers, and we had 2 IMUs, one on the thorax and one on the pelvis, and we had 4 high-speed cameras that were positioned for qualitative reference. So post their warm-up standard protocol, we had the bowlers deliver stock deliveries with high velocities. So the data consisted of 8 deliveries per bowler, and we looked at change in linear velocities at the thorax and pelvis at key bends of back foot, front foot, and ball release across the 3 axes, X, Y, Z. We also looked at the time duration between the key events as variables. So a bit of insight into the data analysis pipeline. So all of the kinematic variables that were collected ran through feature engineering, where we looked at feature selection, so looked at top features that we could extract that then went on to the regression model. We did that by using a feature selection technique of MRMR, which basically was to get rid of the redundant features and to look at maximum relevance to ball release speed. Once we had these features, that was then fed into the regression model. We looked at different regression models from support vector machines to GPR, Gaussian process regression models. We also looked at nonlinear versus linear, different fits. And once we did that, then we had the model performance that dictated the top predictors of ball release speed using RMSE, mean absolute error, and R squared. And to decode the results from the regression, we used explainable AI technique. So the part for this paper, we'll be talking just about SHAP values, which is one of the techniques that we used to understand the regression model results. It derives its origin from game theory, where we know the contribution of each of the predictors that are related to ball speed. So some quick results. We have two graphs here through BRS on the x-axis and the predicted BRS on the y. So we're looking at linear versus non-linear model. So the results were better for the non-linear one. So the RMSE was almost half for the Gaussian process exponential model. The mean absolute error reduced quite a lot as well. And the non-linear GPR model explained 82% of the prediction. So the top predictors of ball release speed were change in thoracic linear velocities from back foot contact to front foot and front foot to ball release. We also had thoracic angular velocity, so rotational angular velocity from front foot to ball release. And then lateral change in linear velocity at the pelvis from back foot to front foot, and time duration from back foot to front foot as well. So using SHAP analysis, we could then rank these predictors based on their contribution towards the prediction. So we had top 4 predictors that were positively impacting the prediction. And then we had thoracic linear velocity from front foot to ball release that had a negative impact on the prediction. So how does this look for us in terms of the technique implications and what we can draw from the SHAP analysis? So the anterior change in thoracic linear velocities from back foot until BR may suggest timing implication for efficient transfer of momentum. Time duration from back foot to front foot may imply that less time spent on the ground. So whether that would be to get in a good position with the delivery stride or to have just quick transition. Lateral change in pelvis velocity may implicate the importance of maintaining momentum, so towards the target, and rather than deviating from the line. And the transverse change in thoracic angular velocity could be indicative of rapid thoracic rotation that may increase the pre-stretch, aiding efficient transfer of energy into the arm. So conclusion, set of 5 variables provided the best estimate of ball speed with lower errors. Non-linear regression models outperformed linear ones in the prediction. And IMUs demonstrate a promising opportunity to study fast bowling biomechanics, specifically on the field. And lastly, explainable AI aids in understanding the black box or the nonlinear relationships identified through the machine learning models. So as a result, the integrated approach provides an additional understanding of the performance variables that are linked to ball speed that have not been identified potentially by traditional analysis that helps us in advancing the current knowledge. And progressively, we would like to look at applying this for large data sets and investigating individual technique and looking at individual patterns that are associated with ball speed. Thank you.